Welcome to this week's Down Home with Tina show. I have coming up with me is Debbie Probasco. She is Vice President and event coordinator of an upcoming event taking place this Saturday that you want to stick around and find all about because it's for kids and it's called Kids and Cops. So 10 to 2 p.m. this Saturday. Again, a lot of things that we'll share with that. But she is the Vice President of Lancaster Citizen Police Academy Alumni Association. I participate in that. I'm going to also share some of those things. And along with her is from the Community Services Unit and Dare Officer Andrew Bennett. And then after that, my first responder of the month, who it was really cool because you're going to find out at what age he decided to become and go into law enforcement. And he is, of course, now Lancaster Police Officer. Going to share his story just about that experience and what led him and what made him want to. It's kind of a cool thing, guys. Don't go anywhere. It's Down Home with Tina.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
You walked down the aisle and promised happily ever after. Sometimes happily ever after means ending a relationship. We know the conversations are not easy. Deciding what's best for you, your children, and your next steps takes work and communication. At Dagger Law, we know there are no monsters in a divorce, only people trying to find their way. Local, trusted, experienced. Dagger Law.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I have event coordinator and vice president of the Lancaster Citizen Police Academy Alumni Association. Going to talk a lot about that. And also I have with me Officer Bennett from the Lancaster Police Department because we've got coming up on Saturday, May 20th, Kids and Cops 2023. Very exciting day for the kids and the cops in our community. But we're going to find out about why that got started and how that got started, and it all begins with the Lancaster Citizen Police Academy. Does it not?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I'm a proud member of being a part of the Lancaster Citizen Police Academy class right now. A student, would you say?
Yeah.
Is that what would you say?
I'd say a student in the current Citizens Police Academy.
Yes. Will you share with folks a little bit about what that is, Officer Bennett?
Sure. Citizens Police Academy is an 8-week plus a graduation week program that we hold at the Lancaster Police Department where we kind of debunk some of the myths of, law enforcement. Solving that crime in 60 minutes, not so much. So we kind of take them through every aspect of policing. We're in week 6, actually. Just finished it up last night with our SRT team coming out and showing the academy some of their tools that they use in their duties, as well as got to go out and play around with some of this stuff. And so we had a really good time.
I know since I started my career years ago in radio and the relationship that I've had with the Lancaster Police Department, I've learned so much, and I've always been an avid supporter. But when it came to being a part of this class, folks, I think it's safe to say, and most everybody that knows me, it takes a lot to shut me up. And I will sit there for over an hour. And Debbie's always at the classes. And I'm just with the presenters and the ones who the speakers that are coming in, I'm just like, wow. I mean, I know what goes on and things like that, but to actually know what goes on in our own community and what our local police department actually does is a whole new eye-opener for me. And that rolls into with what you can become and do as a Lancaster Citizen Police Academy student or participant to go into the Lancaster Citizen Police Academy Alumni Association. And Debbie, that's what you do now.
Yes.
What is that?
The Citizens Police Academy, the graduates that want to join the group are more than welcome to join the group. We do anything the police department wants us to do.
Yeah.
You guys do a great job.
And that's what I hear. And it's so awesome because when you have the law enforcement officers that come in and they speak, they talk so highly about the Citizen Police Academy Alumni Association and what they do for the police department. What are some of the things that you know firsthand that because you get to see it, Officer Bennett, you work with them probably more than maybe the others just because of your position.
Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff they're helping with a lot of times is in association with our department, community service unit.
Yeah.
So they help us all the time. Deb probably gets annoyed with me because I'm constantly calling, hey, what do you think about this? How about could you guys help us with this? And recently they just helped me out with my Safety Town buildings. Our old buildings were falling apart. Safety Town's in June, so I had an idea in my mind to get some sponsors and get some built. And I called up Deb, hey, I want to do this. Would you guys help with this? It wasn't really a question. They jumped right on board, and we're actually about a week out of being completely finished up and having all brand new buildings.
How many are in the Alumni Association, and how many years has it been going on?
The Citizens Police Academy started in 2007. Okay. I went through it in 2008, became a member in 2009. There are currently 13 of us.
Actively involved with it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are dues, but it's not a whole lot.
No, $12 a year.
Yeah, so not a lot. What's it take to be a part of the Alumni Association, other than, of course, going through the classes?
Once you go through the class, you pay your dues, and you're in. You can also come in as an associate membership, meaning the classes are only offered every 2 years. Mm-hmm. So if you come in as an associate,
like somebody wants to come in after this class, they'd be an associate. Okay.
They can come in, see what it's all about. The next time the class is offered, take the class.
Okay, wonderful. And again, I think that it's just something, being a support to the Lancaster Police Department is huge. And the things that you all have been able to do, I can't say we yet because I'm not quite a part of it.
Almost there,
but what they've done, almost there. But just what you've done in the years past, though, some pretty big things. Because if it's something that they are needing or needing to be done, or they call on you all, men and women are in it.
Yeah, promotion ceremonies, award ceremonies.
Yeah. I mean, about anything we do with the police department, they have some kind of hand in. I mean, they always are bringing us food, always supporting us, even outside of events, holidays. They are constantly bringing us in stuff. It is such a big deal for patrol and everyone else. When, on Thanksgiving, they're bringing us meals in on the day of, that they're at home cooking, during their holiday to bring to the patrol. So they do just so much for us. I mean, I'm sure we're leaving out so much.
But what we're talking about today is something to do with Kids and Cops.
Absolutely.
Which is coming up in this Saturday on May 20th. Will you share with folks how that got started and why? You're the event coordinator of it. So were you the mastermind behind all of this?
No, not actually.
Not actually.
7 years ago, Chief came to me and said, can you take a look at Kids and Cops and come up with something for our department? So I went in search of, because it takes place across the state, different times of the year. So I went in search of, got a feel for what other communities were doing, and then it took off from there.
So the creator, so putting it all together here, you kind of,
we had to get sponsors.
Yeah. And what's involved with a sponsor? Because I know that this year it's too late, but you have this every year, so it's not too late for next year.
No, not too soon either. Local businesses do donations. We have levels. There's silver, gold, I forget the last one.
Silver, gold,
and bronze. So they make a donation. We put them on our banner. If they're a gold sponsor, they go on the back of the t-shirts. We give away 500 t-shirts. Everything is free. I got to thank OUL because this year they have went way above and beyond in advertising and promoting this year's Kids and Cops
And is that where it's taken place every year?
at OUL in the
Okay.
parking lot
Okay. So what time is it on the 20th?
from 10 to 2.
What is to be expected? What can kids, other than, of course, the cops being there?
EMA will be there, SWAT will be there, the fire departments will be there. Pleasant Township is bringing out their smokehouse.
Nice.
It's fun for the adults too, by the way.
Is it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are we allowed to do everything or just, I'm not. I'm volunteering that day. So.
We could put you in a dunk tank.
You're welcome. You can take my spot in the dunk tank, actually, if you really want to.
We'll have to.
Now we're committed.
Josh says yes. He is there. And do they get to throw it for free? Or do they-
Absolutely.
Ah.
Everything's free.
Everything is free.
Yeah.
Food.
We'll have hot dogs, popcorn. There'll be punch. I'm waiting to hear back on someone else for some ice cream.
Okay.
So everything's free.
Everything is free. So the kids just come on out that day. Big kids and young kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And free admission for it.
811 will be there. Call before you dig.
Okay. Alrighty. And then trying to make sure. What are some of the demonstrations that they're going to be doing? Are you going to have the canine?
Yes.
I believe he is coming out to it, so we should
Hopefully,
he should be out there.
There will be a canine there for
for-
sure.
Okay, for sure. Okay.
Helicopters are coming in,
Yep.
weather permitting.
This is really to give the kids an opportunity that may not have the opportunity to go through the DARE program.
Yeah.
Because I know that they have that in Lancaster City Schools.
Absolutely.
And
Right.
such. But if they have never had the opportunity to encounter and speak with the law enforcement.
Yeah, it's one-on-one, interactive, kind of give them an idea of the technology that our first responders use.
Yeah.
They'll have access to vehicles. They'll have access. Like I said, we bring these helicopters in. It's a great time watching the kids' faces when they see this helicopter coming down. It's just fun. Like I said, the dunk tank, all of our DARE kids really enjoy that for some reason. I'm not sure why.
They do. Is it rain or shine?
Rain or shine.
One more time. What is the date and time of the
May the
event?
20th from 10 to 2 at OUL parking lot.
And the first 500 kids receive?
A free t-shirt.
Okay.
They'll be given a goodie bag because there's other agencies passing out things. Colombo Law will be there to fit your child with a free bike helmet.
Nice. Nice. That's very important.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They also donate bike helmets to Safety Town as well, so they do a big part of that. They do it.
Very good. What is your social media page for folks to follow?
LCPA. AA.
Lots of A's. I've learned a lot
Yeah,
of A's. Yeah.
we're actually on Facebook. We have the event on Facebook,
Good.
so they can go look at photos from years past.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, folks, follow their Facebook page. Lancaster Police Department, you have
Yep.
your page as
we
well.
have our
for
own page
folks.
where we post pictures and everything as well.
Pay attention to Lancaster Citizen Police Academy that is coming up. I know it's going to be a couple more years, but you can still get involved. I know that there's a background check that is involved for that. That is important. But other than that, folks, just support our local police and also encourage the kiddos and get them out there for Kids and Cop Day on Saturday, May 20th, 10 to 2. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back with our first responder of the month. It's Down Home with Tina.
My name is Scott Duff, and I'm the director of the Fairfield County Overdose Response Team, and I'm here today to discuss Narcan. Narcan is the opioid overdose reversal medication. Narcan saves lives. We have saved countless lives in our community by providing Narcan to those with substance abuse disorders. We would very much like you to consider carrying Narcan on a regular basis. Narcan can be obtained easily in your community by reaching out to the Fairfield County Overdose Response Team at 740-901-1598.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
It's Down Home with Tina, and it is my First Responder of the Month. My First Responder of the Month is brought to you by Bay Foods. I have from the Lancaster Police Department, Officer Mike Jones, and it was pretty funny because I was talking to Officer Bennett and Debbie Probasco a few minutes ago before we got started, and I was like, so does Mike like to talk? And he's like, he's done everything. And so we're having this, mind you, and Officer Jones is in our presence, and I said, so were you in the military? And he goes, yes. And I go, of course you were. So let's share a little bit about, this is all about you, not a little bit, but a lot about you. Your life story, because we've only got this now so many minutes.
Sure.
So we'll have to shorten it a little.
Keep this short as best as I can.
So thanks so much, first off, for coming.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you.
So yes, please share with folks, if you will, a little bit about yourself.
So I grew up in Pickerington, graduated in '89, then ended up going off to the Navy. And so I did electronics in the Navy and then cross-trained into computer weapon systems into the Navy. At that time, my dad passed away, and so then I came back home, finished my degree in computers, and ended up doing computer systems for about 30-some years. So many years of computer systems. As I was getting towards the end of that career, I was kind of like, okay, so now what do I do differently? We were in the process of building a pretty large home-based business with my wife and I. And so she said, well, what do you want to do with your life? And I go, I don't know. I really need to kind of think about that a little bit. So my youngest son was graduating at that time, and I thought, God willing, I feel like I still have a good, willing, capable body. So I said, I think I want to do something in the community. I'm not sure what that looks like just yet. I love Lancaster, I love Fairfield County, and I really feel like I'm meant to do something more in this county. I just wasn't sure what it was. So at that time, I'd been flipping through the newspaper, and there was actually an ad for the Lancaster Police Citizens Academy. And I thought, oh, this looks like something cool I'd want to do. So then I started attending that, I think 8 or 9 week program. And every week I just hung on everything in the program. And I thought to myself, I totally could see myself being a police officer in this town. So I went back home, told my wife, and she's like, are you serious? I go, yeah, I
seriously. She didn't say, are you crazy?
She's like, I said, I seriously think this is something I would love to do, interacting with people on a regular basis, really sharing, getting into people's lives, trying to make a difference. I know every police officer says that, and it's kind of cliche, but for real, I really feel like I could get into people's lives and try to make a difference. So I went down to Hocking College, went through there at 47 years old. So
nice.
that basically says that anybody can do anything they want as long as you set your mind and your body physically to that goal. And so I went down, completed the pre-PT testing for Hocking College Police Academy, and became a police officer at 47. So,
is the testing by age like it changes in the military or no?
As far as the qualifications?
Yes, as far as the qualifications.
So yes, there is definitely physical qualifications that differ between your age groups.
Even for police officers or
for police officers. Okay. But for me, I always said I want to be in that lowest, like 21 to 29 age group. So from day one to like the last day, 4.5 months later, I always met the qualifications for the 29 and under age group for physical qualifications.
Yeah. And that was your goal. And that's
running, push-ups, sit-ups, all that good stuff. And for me, it was a huge achievement. I thought, you know what, even if I don't get hired anywhere, at least I will do a lot with that, whatever that means. So then I ended up becoming a police officer for Hocking College for a year because I knew that the hiring process for Lancaster would take some time. My goal was to be with Lancaster. I know a lot of people here in the town. I enjoyed the community, and I thought for me, this is like a perfect fit. So.
And it started out with Lancaster Police Academy.
That is correct. It all started with that.
Isn't that awesome?
Yep.
I love hearing that story. What has it been like for you so far then in the 4 years you stay here?
Yes, 4 years, November the 4th. Very challenging in a lot of ways. It definitely tests your patience with people. It tests your ability to be able to interact with people when they're probably at their lowest or highest stress level. A lot of it
Because
is
it's their worst day. I mean, yours
it is. It can be their worst day.
Can be their worst day that you're
Yep.
coming upon them.
And just recently, within the past year, I've become one of the newest SWAT negotiators on the SRT SWAT team. So that takes it to a whole new level of people's stress level when they are probably having their worst day that you could ever imagine.
Yes.
So it's just really getting in their lives, figuring out what they need to try to make things right as best as they can. And our town has a lot of very prevalent underlying mental health issues.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we deal with a lot with people that are people in crisis. And it's trying to figure out what is wrong with them. So mental health issue, do they need some type of assistance? Is it just family issues? So it takes a lot to try to get to that point of what is it that person needs in their life.
When you go out on those calls, do you try to, before you get a call out for the mental health, trying to figure out, or because I would imagine that if it's somebody that you've been out on calls before, you know what you're dealing with when you go there.
Sure.
But do you sometimes go out and it's somebody new and you don't know if it's drug related or if it's a mental health or a mix of the two?
Very much so.
And what's that like as a police officer?
Yeah, you got to be very cautious with obviously how you interact with people. You always got to be on alert with them as far as, what their intentions are. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, and it's sad to say, but you try to help as much as you can, but sometimes some people truly don't want your help.
Correct.
And I find that hard because for me, I'm a fixer. I'm a problem solver. So when I show up on scene and somebody's like, I don't even really want you here, and that's tough for me. So I'm like, okay, now it becomes a real puzzle for me to figure out, okay, mm-hmm. what is it that this person needs? So yeah, that's a tough one.
And especially I think because, and I'm the same way when it comes to that, mm-hmm. going into this career a little older, is it made it that a part of the challenging part of it, would you say? And I say older because by the time you are my age, you've got yourself kind of figured out. Yeah,
sure.
I'm a fixer and I'm going to want to do it.
Right.
When I'm younger, I'm still kind of figuring out, what it is that
right.
I might be able to adjust a little easier to it. Is that one of the challenges, you think, that part of it? Because there's nothing wrong with being a fixer. You want to help make it better for people.
I get that.
Right?
It is true. So for me, I actually almost find it would be more challenging for some of the younger officers to interact with people. For me, being older, I've had a lot of life experiences. I have 3 boys, so I've had a lot of those experiences. I've been married for 26 years, so you have a lot of different life experiences that help you try to find some type of commonality or common ground with people to where you can try to find a solution for them. Where I think with the younger officers, they've not had a lot of those life experiences, so it's kind of hard for them to try to figure out, okay, which direction do I go with this person? Yeah. How do I even talk with them to even try to figure out what they need at this point in their life? So for me, I'm like, where'd you grow up? Who are your kids? And I try to make a connection with them. I know they're in a crisis, but sometimes at that moment in a crisis, sometimes if you can bring it all together and have them just look at you and focus on, tell me what's kind of going on with you right now.
Yeah.
Why are you feeling this way right now? It's kind of focusing in on that little precise moment.
Yeah.
I typically do car accidents and crash scenes during my second shift.
Okay.
And that's another great example of, all the chaos. There's fire trucks everywhere. There's shrapnel everywhere. And you're just kind of bringing it all together and kind of bringing a focus to them and say, just take a deep breath. You're fine. You're safe. I am here with you 100%. So,
yeah.
Well,
I think that's pretty awesome because I know that there are our Lancaster Police Department and our officers that are out there on the streets. It's really about getting to the grind of what's going on with the person.
Right.
And helping them to get what they need.
It truly
and
is.
It's protecting them and their loved ones and the community.
And it's such a great department of staff in general, with all backgrounds of experience. And everyone's great, male and female, and we're getting a lot more, females in our department, and so that definitely opens up a whole nother ability to be able to share with females on the streets and try to relate with them in some form or fashion.
And I chuckle a little bit just because me being part of the Lancaster Citizen Police Academy class right now, it just, I see the interaction with you all, and it is really, really awesome. And you're just such a great person for folks to look at and say, hey, you know what, it's not too late to be a police officer if you want to be.
That is true.
It's not too late if it's something that you're heart truly desires. I have a gift bag for you. I guess I just got so excited about coming up. and I've got something from Ava Jewelers. We work together on things. So if you want to get something maybe for the wife, because you know,
is very nice. That's
special
a great
events
suggestion.
coming up and things like that. They're great over there, and I love them. They're wonderful. Yep. But anything else that you would like to share with folks?
Not really. I just want to say I really enjoy the community. I love Lancaster. There's a lot to offer, a lot of growth right now. It's exciting time in the community as well.
It is, new great things, K9.
Right,
K9
a lot of big stuff in the department right now. You see a lot of negative stuff on social media with the town, but there's a lot going on in the town and a lot that Lancaster can offer people.
There it is. Yep. Thank you so much for being a guest on the show.
Appreciate you welcoming me here.
Absolutely. Yep. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Folks, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. It's Down Home with Tina.
Bay Food Market is Fairfield County's source for high-quality, locally sourced meats. The meat case is always full of quality fresh beef, pork, gourmet burgers, and gourmet brats for you and your family to enjoy. Bay Food Market cures and smokes their own hams, bacon, and sausage. Visit Bay Food Market at the corner of Maple and Walnut Streets in Lancaster and discover the Bay Food Market difference. Open daily 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., closed Thursday and Sunday. Bay Food Market, proudly serving Fairfield County families for more than 90 years.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Down Home with Tina is brought to you by these amazing sponsors. To begin with, Fairfield Town Crier, the Good News newspaper. If you want to get your ad in a paper for your yard sale coming up for this summer, make sure you reach out to the Fairfield Town Crier. Hamburg Fireworks Display and Jerry's Fireworks. You'll see all kinds of fun things going on throughout the summer with the fireworks. Bay Food Market, our first responder, is brought to you by Bay Food Market. Don't forget to stop by to see them for Memorial Day weekend. Also, Ava Jewelers, Fairfield Area Humane Society, and Cryo Communications. Congratulations to Cryo Communications for recently winning the Lancaster Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce Small Business of the Year Award. They are some great group of gals over there. Folks, I am just so excited each week to bring you the Down Home with Tina show and share with you all of the wonderful things that we've got going on in our communities. I'm not quite sure if you have paid attention or noticed or anything. Those who are my businesses that I have on the show are typically those who are my sponsors of the show, which leads me into, if you want to be a sponsor, please reach out to me. You can get the opportunity to sit with me, chat a little bit about your business. I also love to highlight my first responders, my teachers, my veterans, students, somebody that's inspirational. Do not hesitate to send me an email or get on social media, Facebook, message me there at my Down Home with Tina, and let me know that you've got somebody that you think needs to be highlighted and that the world needs to know about. Thank you so much for watching each and every week. I'll be back next week. God bless and good day.